What's up, everybody? Richard back today with another reaction video, and today we got the 1056 Downer Part 1 full EP. We have 6 tracks here: Exit Bag, Diazepam, Shit Spitter, Sick Dog Boy, and Chemo. 18 minutes and 1 second on this one, man. This is probably one of my most highly anticipated releases this year. I am absolutely stoked. I've loved all their tracks they've released so far. So let's not waste any time, and let's get into what I'm hoping is going to be probably one of the best EPs of the year. So let's kick it off. We got Exit Bag. Let's go. Oh. Oh. Oh, bringing it down. Oh. What the? I gotta make sure I pause it before the next track. Okay, so it's, I see it, because the next song is Diazepam, so it's doing that, and then it's gonna go into Diazepam. Okay, so this one here, I really liked, like, the, the intro here, very, like, kind of like Josh Travis-y kind of riffs there, and then you kind of just had, like, that two-step part. I love, like, the thing about this stuff, man, is, like, it's so fast-paced and energetic, and you have, like, such a, just like the relentless vocal performance from Aaron too, but it's like you're just going and going and going, and then as you're, getting in that motion, all of a sudden they hit you with like the audio gap, or they hit you with like a, like one of like those like syncopated vocals with the chugs almost. You have like the samples in here, you have the rapping flow, which I thought was, a really awesome surprise. I mean, this is just stuff this stuff, man, I know a lot of people are going to like this stuff. I know that some people aren't. But for me, this is like right up my alley in terms of the type of music I enjoy. I'm going to give Exit Bag a 10. I thought that was a fantastic way to kick off the EP. Heavy as balls, everything that I love. And now we're going to go into Diazepam. So let me actually back this up just like about 5 seconds here, so that way we can experience the transition. So here we go. That's so sick. Touched by the act of Diazepam. Don't get that shit right at the minute, concentration on my brain. I know this song very, very well. This is their first single. I'm listening here because I'm trying to determine if the production is different from the single version. It sounds slightly different. I don't know if it's that I can hear the backing layers more. I'm gonna have to ask them. Yeah, see, like that part there, the fill there sounded a little bit more prominent in the other version. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, see, like that bat. That's different. Believe me, I've listened to this song many times. I know. Either that or there's just different things highlighted more so in the mix than others in this version. I'm going to stop it there because we could be getting a thing where it goes one song into the next. I think that's really, really cool, especially for an EP like this. I gave this a 10 when I first heard it, and it's still a 10. It's the first single by these guys. It's heavy as hell. I love, like, that fast-paced vocal part, which in the video, it's, you know, Aaron looking in the mirror, and he's, like, you know, yelling at himself. And, you know, just the drops in this are just relentless. It's just a fantastic track. So now we're going to get into the song Shit Spitter. Here we go. Uh-oh, okay. Getting a swell. There's a ways at the bottom of the Oh, okay. Alright, this is kind of a more traditional, kind of like hardcore type of some scrapes. I like that synth, or trying to decide if it's synths or keys. Oh, okay. Whew. I heard the needlework in there. Great EP by Amir. Alright, that was a little bit of a different vocal. All right, so that was Shit Spitter. I think for me, man, I'm gonna give this song probably about a 9. I think this one was cool. This was almost kind of like 3 acts, right? Like you had the opening part, which is kind of a little bit more like, hardcore riff bass, some synths or keys in the back there, and then you kind of had like the stop goes into that, and then you had like the cut, like the fade out and fade back in, a little bit slower. So that was cool, for a 2-minute 30-second song, 3 different parts, all heavy, but varying interpretations and various different ways of showing the heaviness. And I thought it was cool, man. I just think that obviously there's some songs that are a little bit better, but still heavy and fun. And that's going to be a fun track to experience in a live setting for sure. Well, let's see. What's next? What do we got next? What's the next track? Sick Dog. Okay. This is the 3rd single.
Sing back to Moscow. I don't wanna feel this, I don't feel nothing at all. I don't wanna be the one to flip the fucking switch. Dreamer flying off, dreamer shutting down, hold the blood. Praying for this nightmare to end. Load in my coffin again. Darkness in the hit of my friend. Grant my wishes to die. Know the fools of this power shall rise.
Again, I've heard this song many, many times, so. I don't wanna swallow this poison no more.
I wanna feel the coldness. I wanna slow dance with the corpses. This life is a sad one. Let me go down where I belong.
To the place where there is no pain, where the nurses do not know my name. This is like the perfect middle of the EP track right here. You have like this almost interlude part here, and then get ready for the 3, 2, 1. Yep. Production, man. The next track is Boy, but we're going to stop this one and talk about it for a quick second. Like I said, I've heard this song many, many times. I think the production on this song is sick. And just in terms of like, I still think this song is super, I love the uniqueness of it compared to the rest of their catalog. It's definitely a track to, demonstrate to listeners like, hey, listen, we're not just another, a Muir or heavy band like that. We have a lot of different other, aspects that we're going to infuse into our music. And for me, man, I give Sick Dog a 9. I still like it. It's very unique. I think that, a lot of really fun sing-along parts in this as well. The hits are crazy, and you heard like that part at the end there. The panning is going nuts. The production's crazy. It's just a really cool middle of the EP track to kind of, it's a little bit, it's still heavy, right? But it's still like mellow compared to the rest of this stuff. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a reset, a little bit of a more chill kind of track while still being heavy for 1056 anyway. So I give this one a 9. And now next, I don't know if there's going to be any track by this band off of this EP that I'm going to like more than this one. But this is their second single, and this one's called Boy. You can turn it up a little bit. Again, I've listened to this song so many times.
Do you like the way that I turned out? Does it make you feel like you have something to feel guilty about? And when you say how much is left of me to destroy, hope you remember that I was just a boy.
The guitars are just so massive and just boom, boom, boom. I love it, man. Haunting transition.
This is cold, body was found with his blue lips laying in the piss on the ground. And you can blame everything on a mental disorder, but you know indeed, damn it, this was fucking murder.
Two-step.
Will you begin to in the cold of the night? Will you feel the feels of sadness when she looks in your eye? But when you feel like he's done, like your demons have gone, you hear the scream of our stillborn
That is my favorite part of the song there. It's a sneak attack drop.
My spine is aching and creeping, I'm sleeping. That when I'm sleeping, you'll feel I left you thinking, and I've been shrinking and sinking. My thoughts deep under the ground. I can see over this cloud. Don't even think of talking to me if you see me around.
Yes. All right, so boy, I mean, listen, again, the production, like I said, my favorite part is that part there towards the end where it's just like you're kind of going like that two-step and you're moving, you're grooving, all of a sudden it's just boom, right out of nowhere, it just smacks you. And then what was really cool at the time when this single came out was you got that 808 kind of more trap-focused part, and I think that was really cool how they did it, because Diazepam was just straight to the point, heavy. Boy was still heavy, but you got a little bit of a taste of that, so that when Sick Dog came out, the third single, it wasn't a total surprise to experience something like that. And I think for the listeners who heard this and loved that, they're like, oh man, I really want more of that. And then when Sick Dog came out, they were like, oh man, this is sick. Whereas, I'm sure there were some people who listened who were like, oh, I really prefer the more heavier stuff. Like, that stuff's fine or whatever, but I prefer the more heavier stuff. I think that's what's really cool about 1056, that you still have that heavy element throughout any song, but there are different elements that are going to appeal to different people that like that in addition to the heavy stuff. So for me, Boy's a 10. I listen to this song literally daily. I mean, it's a fantastic heavy track. And now we're going to get into Chemo, which I did do a reaction to the music video and the song for, of course. I didn't grade it there. So you're going to find out my grade right now after we listen to it here. So here we go. It's almost like jungle beats. And what's cool is that Boy ends with that, and it starts off in Chemo with that. Let's turn this up a bit. Those hits. Some good cop, bad cop, or some bad cop, worse cop. I have like those chugging around some exit bag. I love it. Some like tape delay vocal production. Love it.
You always know that. Got you in the fucking I should have got you in the fucking Go tell yourself that the problem was me.
They sound like wind chimes.
You're a filthy blood sucking disease. God of the curse.
That's revving up the motor right there. That's Luca trying to get the lawnmower started. Oh, there we go. Destruction. There it is, man. So that was Chemo. What I really love about this, man, are all the really cool, like, vocal production here, especially there at the end. You kind of had, like, the tape delay kind of stuff as well. You had what I like to call the bad cop, worse cop parts there at the beginning, kind of going back and forth. Very vocally focused track, but I just love how, like, there's certain parts of, like, the vocal line where the hits come. It just makes it that much more impactful. I think Chemo is probably... I think for me, man, I'm gonna go a 9.75, just because I had some hesitation with the 10, not because of, obviously it's a 9.75. I just prefer, I guess, maybe the way that the tracks are carried out, like in Diazepam or Boy or Exit Bag, a little bit more. Just it's slight, right? Like this one's obviously a little bit more wacky in terms of how the track is presented. Whereas Boy, Diazepam, and Exit Bag are a little bit more kind of like straightforward with the surprises. And like I like that the surprises are a little bit more of a sneak attack, and whereas in Chemo, like they're still there, but it's like you can kind of like, all right, something's coming. So I like the element of surprise in those tracks a little bit more, but still, nonetheless, as you can tell, a 9.75. But let's pull up the calculator. Let's do some grading here for this EP. We have 10, 10, 9, 9, 10, 9.75. Divide that by 60, 96.25. I mean, listen, man, that is definitely the highest grade I've given any sort of record this year. You know, for an album, I gave Darko a 94. This gets a 96 from me. These guys are just like, if you could buy stock in bands, I would buy stock in 1056 because I believe that these guys are the next best heavy band. And I don't mean like metalcore band. Like, these guys are heavy. And like what they do though is they have the added element of you know, Aaron's vocals are phenomenal. He has the ability to kind of be a more versatile with his vocals than a lot of other heavy bands like this. You have the production. You have like this it's just so unique in terms of like the panning, the effects, the how like loud the guitars, how massive they sound, the impacts with certain parts of the vocal lines. All that stuff mixed with like, you know, synths and keys, and then also kind of like the trap and 808s. It's just a perfect recipe, and I'm just so excited for what we're gonna hear next from this band because there's gonna be a part 2, you know, Downer Part 1, and it's just phenomenal. Like literally any of these tracks, like I would listen to. Like if I was to put on a deserted island and I was told that I had to pick, you know, one song to listen to for the rest of my life, I'd be like, all right, just pick anything from the 1056 Downer EP Part 1, you know? Like that's just, I feel very good about this band. And, you know, there are things that, you know, I'm willing to be like sort of critical of, right? Like I love all these songs, but, you know, there's some songs that I prefer more than others. Like this isn't just a 10-10-10 spree. You know, we're being as objective as we can, but at the end of the day, I have my own taste in music, and this right here exemplifies that. So 1056, I mean, I just have nothing else to say. But anyways, guys, if you want to follow me on social media, check out my Patreon or my Twitch, or check out this EP stream here. Make sure you check out the links down below in the description. Until the next one, peace.